I actually came to you and I was saying, what do you think HR professionals need to hear as well? So that was helpful, and you gave me a few things. I guess our audience is HR professionals, but it's also parents and, those who are helping young people to make career decisions as well. So we hope this will be a wide-ranging conversation today. But, even from your accent we've just heard, you're not from around these parts. But tell us about how you found your way from Boston to Belfast.
I don't know what gave it away, but, people back home in Boston, they actually say I don't have I don't sound like I'm from there anymore. And I'm like, well, where do I sound like I'm from? But no, yes, I did grow up in Boston. My background is in fashion retail in America. So I spent a lot of time, if anyone knows Boston, on Newbury Street, and then moving my career to New York, which is obviously, the mecca for fashion retail. Specifically, I worked in denim for a lot of years. So if you ever want to chat about selvage or twill weave and warp threads, I am your person. But yeah, it's interesting. In America, retail and fashion retail specifically, like you're earning six figures when you're in your early 20s. Like you're running businesses that are multi-million-dollar companies. So working in a flagship in Soho in Manhattan, comparing that to the, general managers who are working on Regent Street in London, like it's just completely different. And I think the people who are running these shops in London, specifically where I moved to when I first left America, I think they can be massively undervalued and lacking a sense of identity in some of these stores. And in a lot of cases, the labor is quite cheap, which is where you see this kind of decline in customer service. Yeah, and I would say that's one of the starkest comparisons between American retail and British retail, right? Is everyone says the customer service is very different. So when I first moved to London, I started looking at where could I build culture, cultivate teams, really work on engagement, because those were my core skill sets. I was lucky enough to work in Selfridges. I worked with a brand called Kate Spade, which you might know, but these are very identifiable brands, and they deliver an experience to their customers. And that to me was what drew me into the people side of it and being in the people profession. So it's not dissimilar to how HR would deliver onboarding experiences to kind of drive culture within an organization. And the thing I like most about retail and fashion, it's believing in this brand, this core purpose, right? So you have very identifiable values. Culture is huge. You buy into the story of that brand, and then you sell that story to customers through your goods and products and services. And I think if more organizations kind of had a clear outline of their why and their purpose, they would see greater levels of excitement with their employees and feeling like they could contribute to that success. So in retail, it's a very quick win, right? You would hit your numbers at the end of the day, you celebrate with your team, and then you do it all again tomorrow. Whereas I think with organizations, it's a longer game for that enthusiasm, but you can still get people to buy into it. And I guess going back to your question, one of the biggest surprises for me in moving from Boston to how I ended up in Belfast was meeting my husband. He's British. We, eventually decided London wasn't the long-term place for us. He's from Manchester. Don't hate him. And we were kind of looking at long-term, where's a good place to be? And we'll talk about this in a little while, I hope. But Belfast and Northern Ireland in general is a great place to have a family and to raise your kids. I don't know if you were brought up here locally, but it is just a brilliant experience for my children. So we definitely made the right decision looking around the UK for places to kind of end up. And luckily CIPD had opportunities here for me. So yeah, long story short, that's how I got here.
Good.